Welcome to Down the Astro-hole with Biz Cheviot. This is your obsession with astrology, astrological events, psychics, tarot cards, astronomy, all that you can think of. And today, I'm sitting here at the beach in Santa Monica with my lovely friend and talented Walla. Nikki Walla.
Hi. Hi guys, how are you?
We want to know how you are.
Well, that's a very loaded question. I guess I'm fine. Things are great. I'm just ready to move forward in life, so let's make that happen.
That brings me to this episode. It's Mercury Retrograde.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's currently Mercury Retrograde, but we are also taping in Mercury Retrograde, and that's because I want to know if this will actually turn out to be successful or not, because usually if you start something in Mercury Retrograde, it is a shithole, dump, blah, 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 poo-poo.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Unless you started the concept or are revisiting an idea, which this is. So,
well, let's do this.
Okay, let's do this. So, with Mercury Retrograde with me, I've had experiences with, like, it just turning your life into hell. So, it's almost like, for me, a person, right? A bitch that just ruins your life. Comes in seasonally, 3 times a year. So, I wanted to start off with not a survival kit, but if you had to say something to this Mercury Retrograde, what would you say to them?
Back off, bro. But no, for real. See, every time Mercury Retrograde happens, it's every X as it comes back in your life. Everything that you've struggled with resurfaces, and it feels like the universe is being like, are you sure that you're ready for this? Are you sure you're better? Just a little test. So I think I would honestly just tell it to fuck off, and you just stay strong and keep doing your thing, and do not let it affect you. You cannot let it bring it back to where you were before.
So that's a good answer, I think.
I'm struggling with it right now, to be honest, but I'm pushing through.
It's almost over. It's like a week, but then we have that 2-week shadow period, which is hell as well. So anyone listening to this probably is familiar, because that's what this is. You go down the rabbit hole of astrology.
It seems like Mercury Retrograde only comes around like right when my life starts pulling together, and things are really great, just enough to make it like fall apart again. And you're just like, are you kidding me? Like, does it ever stop?
No, it doesn't. That's exactly what happens. Appliances go to shit, whatever, all that stuff.
Very true.
It's very awful.
Last Mercury Retrograde, my phone charger started smoking and sparking while I was traveling, so I had no phone charger. And this very next Mercury Retrograde, my new phone charger broke. It's magic.
Well, that's your life, Nikki. That's like Nikki's life. I feel like you are you are always living in Mercury Retrograde.
That is true.
I mean, it's just. Have you ever had a performance thing? Because you do performing burlesque. You're very well known.
Thank you.
To me. Did you ever have a little hiccup during Mercury Retrograde that you can think of, or has it always been?
It's actually not performance-wise. I usually that runs smoothly, but in life in general, not even during Mercury Retrograde, I feel like whenever my day is just a shit show, I end up having the best show. I get, I make the most money, and it's fantastic. So I try to remind myself maybe during Mercury Retrograde that maybe since everything's a shit show, it's actually going to turn out even better in the end. So I try to apply that to normal life. But as far as show goes, I really don't feel like it affects me that much.
But it's very interesting that you are also a flight attendant. So what better combination than to have travel delays and cancellations during Mercury retrograde, which you just had, right?
I did. I had the epitome of Mercury retrograde this weekend. I got called for a flight, and maybe about 2.5 weeks ago, did a lot of work for this flight. I was also planning a bachelorette party during that time, so I switched the bachelorette party to accommodate this flight. And the day of, just before 24 hours before, they decided to cancel on me, so therefore they didn't have to pay me. So everything about this weekend was the epitome of Mercury retrograde. No phone charger, trips canceling. It was everything you'd imagine.
Yeah, so I want to circle back to survival kit mode. Like every article I read is like a survival kit for Mercury retrograde. Well, I want to know, Nikki Walla, if you had to bring, if it was like this thing you had to battle, like what 3 items would you need to battle your survival kit?
Well, first I'm going to tell you what not to do, because I did what you shouldn't do this weekend. I decided that I was just going to live my best life at this bachelorette party, which was the worst decision you could make.
So you were going to, so one, you're going to bring your alcohol.
Yes, okay. But I kind of changed my mind on that after being hungover. So circling back around to what not to do.
So then you're going to bring your Advil.
Advil, yes. I think if I were to do this weekend over again, I would definitely say doing things that make you mentally stronger and physically stronger. So if I had the time and didn't have to do these commitments, I would have gone on a run. I would have done something Zen, whether it be, everyone meditates in a different way. I personally chant. Sitting down and either meditating or chanting or doing something that keeps you calm. So therefore, when these strikes keep happening, you're in a better place. That would be my advice to start right there. Definitely sleep and taking care of yourself, your well-being. So do all the healthy things first. And then if you want to throw in a little fun and drinking, then that's probably the best way to go.
Okay, so we have your alcohol, your Advil, and then your regrets that you brought with you. But really, no, it's serious to just meditate. I feel like during this time, be like, it's Mercury retrograde, it's just going to turn around, even though, I bought a new fridge or something and it doesn't work. And now I'm out thousands of dollars. But that's just an example.
Well, I think reminding yourself, too, of just, how to stay positive and knowing that this is just a phase and this is just money. And hopefully what you're going through, in the long run, you're going to look back and this is just going to be a small amount of money, even though at the time, because you're in Mercury retrograde, it seems like a life or death situation. And sometimes it is. For example, this situation was it was a matter of my rent or not my rent, but also realizing that I found a way to make it work. So I think you need to remind yourself to stay strong, not let it get the best of you. It's definitely the way to go.
Wow. Thanks, Nikki Walla. You really changed my mind about Mercury retrograde. So now, instead of saying back off, I want to say bring it on, Mercury retrograde. You're welcome to join us at the beach anytime.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service
personally,
at this
I
time.
want a little more Freddie Mercury, a little less retrograde, but I'll take it.
Great. And so that concludes for now this episode with Nikki Walla, my dear friend, and your host, Biz Cheviot. That's me. And I guess an acquaintance that we can't get rid of.
He's going to be here for a while.
Yeah, it's a guy, because, right? Mercury is a guy.
He has to be, right? Yeah. He's a pain in the ass. Clearly it's a guy.
Yeah. So the guy on the couch that probably doesn't leave and somehow fucks up your life 3 times a year.
Sounds about right.
So back to the conclusion. So this doesn't end this episode, obviously, because we're going back to the conclusion. Hopefully we don't have to do a redo on this, but since it is Mercury retrograde, we're hoping that we don't. Now it's just going into rambling mode. So this is the end.
Until next time.
Until next time. Bye-bye.